Lucy, what's up? I think the lower third is hiding your face at the moment, Lucy. I think that's happening. How are we? Good morning or good afternoon or good evening. I don't know what's going on where you are. Could be anything. This goes out to the internet around the world. It's the last day of July. I do know that much. Although for some people that's not even the case. We can't generalize the timing here. What's up, Philip? How are you? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody is having a fantastic day. And it's the last day of July where I'm at. I do know that much. Last day of July. Man, this summer flew. Man, this summer, technically it's still flying because summer, where I live in California, summer kind of goes till the end of September. But I'm from the Midwest originally, so I'm used to those kind of, June, July, August. That's it. It's over. Summer's over. This summer's has it flown for everyone else? Does anyone feel like it should be like June 10th right now? And it's the end of freaking July. What? And time doesn't slow down, right? Like the older you get, the faster it goes. That's what everyone says. Man, I am feeling it. It's the end of July. It is the end of July. That's insane to me. Let's see. YouTube Adpocalypse is here. Yeah, maybe. What's up, lady? What's up, Poopy Cakes? I love that. Poopy Cakes. I dig it. What's up, Tim? Thank you for that, Tim. Tim says smash the like button. I dig it. What's up, Susan? What's up, Andre? What's up, A Mars? What's up, everybody? I hope you're all doing wonderful. What's up, Inks Pixels? Howdy, howdy. By the way, LucyandRon.com got a new comic coming out this Saturday. Let's see. July says Zoixlix. July broke all sea ice extent records in the Arctic, and if August records are broken, the panic will begin. So there you go. There's some summer fun for you. What's up, Brandon? All right. What's up, Slow News Day? What's up, Emperor? Good to see everybody. Man, who all caught the debate? So I'll be honest with you guys. I did not catch all the debates. Hi, Lucy. And she put her paw up. She was like, "What about me? Are you saying hi to me?" Yes, I'm saying hi to you. Of course, I'm saying hi to you. She's like almost asleep. She was up and at him and talking and being playful. Then we started the show and she's like, this dude again. I gotta listen. I'm donezo. I'm not. No. All right, Lucy. I get it. Hope everyone is well. I missed most of the debate last night because I had acting class. So in fairness to me, I was around better drama, which I was. It was a fun acting class. But what I did get to do, I got to listen to some of the debate on Sirius XM while I was driving to acting class. And it was a far drive. If you're familiar with the Los Angeles area, I had to drive from Pasadena to West Hollywood. That drive, always a pain. Never a good time to do it. If you're driving from Pasadena to West Hollywood, there are two different windows of driving there, two different time frame windows. There are bad times to drive there, and there are worse times to drive there. I work pretty hard to just pick the bad times, and I think I do a pretty good job of it. But, you adapt to that kind of thing when you live in a place like Los Angeles. You have plans of what you do. This is what I do whenever I'm commuting. I make phone calls. I listen to stuff. And in this case, I was able to listen to the debate. And first observation, there was a lot of Bernie was really fiery and Bernie was really pissed off. I don't freaking blame him. And I know at one point, John Hickenlooper made a comment on the arms. Tim Ryan, to hold back Tim Ryan's tears, told him to calm down. Here's a quick observation right here. When you have absolutely nothing to say and you have nothing to add, you tone police. That's when you got nothing. When you are in the game of rhetoric poker, you are holding a 7, a 4, and a 2, and you almost have a straight, but not really, and you just have a bunch of low-level cards that are going to do nothing, and you already drew, and you are holding nothing. No wild cards, not even a high face card. You don't have a pair. You don't have 3 of a kind. You got jack. You got nothing. You don't even have a jack, actually. That's when you resort to tone policing. That's when you resort to, oh, your tone. It is the lamest form of whataboutism there is. And whataboutism is lame to begin with. So it's the lamest of the lame of the lame. It's almost as lame as John Delaney, which, by the way, let's go to this because this is beautiful. Check this out.
I don't understand why anybody goes to all the trouble of running for president of the United States just to talk about what we really can't do and shouldn't fight for.
Oh, man. Yes. Yes. And I know some of you are probably like, Ron, we're not the biggest Elizabeth Warren fans. I'm not either. I'm not the biggest Elizabeth Warren fan in the world. But come on. That was beautiful. What a beautiful dunk. And everybody cheered. John Delaney, still, as of this morning, has not dropped out. And that guy was the parasite on that debate stage when it came to healthcare. His talking points were straight out of the Republican playbook. His claims that it's going to somehow take healthcare away from millions, that's not true. That's just straight up false. It's a lie. It won't do that in the bill. His claims it will cause hospitals to close. How? We're going to be paying less for everything. There's not going to be these for-profit middlemen in between medical services and patients. How in the world would it cause hospitals to close? Well, according to John Delaney, he's talking to people around the country. That guy is just a straight-up propagandist for the health insurance industry. Why? Because he makes money from it. He made money from it. Bernie called him out for it. What an amazing way to spend one's time running for president to keep people away from healthcare. And Elizabeth Warren called out the obvious there. You know, I'm not the biggest Liz Warren fan in the world, but that was nice. That was really nice. So I saw that moment. I actually got to hear that moment in my car, and I got so excited I honked my horn. By the way, I consider today our sports day. This is sports coverage day. Why? Because we're talking about the debates, which is pretty much just a sporting event at this point. But here we are talking about it. So here's something I want to share with you. This is from, I believe, the Daily Kos of all places. And they have some thoughts on or they did a poll rather, on who won. So let's take a look at this. I want to show this to you guys. Check this out. According to the Daily Kos, who won? Who won this debate? So, and I'm sure they probably ordered it this way too, by the way. This is just a screenshot, but I'm sure it was in this order. Although clearly you can see Bernie Sanders won, according to the Daily Kos poll. Daily Kos not always the friendliest to Bernie Sanders either, by the way. Elizabeth Warren coming in second. Pete Buttigieg. You don't say his name right, Pete Buttigieg. You say his name like Count Chocula, and I don't like it. Pete Buttigieg. He's in third, but there's a huge drop off. It goes from 58% to 30% to 6%. Almost double digits there, Pete. Good job. But and then take a Beto O'Rourke, stand on something, stand for nothing, 1%. Tim Ryan, 0. Tim Ryan. You know what? Tim Ryan should never have to pay a gym membership ever again in his life because he has proved throughout these two debates that he is a human punching bag. Oh, that's funny. I got to remember that. I'm tweeting that right now. Sorry. Hold up. I got to, that's pretty good. I don't want to forget that. All right, here, let's go ahead and tweet that. Tim Ryan. Because he's proved throughout these two debates that he is a human punching bag. All right. Tim Ryan should never have to pay for a gym membership ever again in his life because he's proven. Yeah, we'll go with he's proven throughout these two debates that he is a human punching bag. All right. Now, should I add him? I should probably add him. Yeah, let's add him. Why not? Let's go for it. Go for the jugular. Maybe he'll block me. Tim Ryan. Let's see. That's him. All right. And I put the period so everyone else, so everyone sees it. There we go. All right. It's going out to the Twitter sphere. Boom. It's just been tweeted. Look at that. That's cutting edge. I just tweeted that. Tim Ryan should never have to pay for a gym membership ever again in his life because he's proven throughout these 2 debates that he is a human punching bag. Sausage being made. Tim Ryan. Boom. That guy. Man. All right. And Euro Maestro said Adam. I did Adam. Too legit. Who is Tim Ryan? A dude running for president that has no business running for president that's gotten the floor mopped. They mopped the floor with him both debates. All right. But I did Adam. I went for it. I went for it, y'all. I went for it. So, all right. So that was the Daily Kos poll. And, in fairness, and I'm speaking strictly from a rhetoric standpoint here, Pete Buttigieg did have a couple nice sound bites. Nothing specific like policies, nothing specific like what he was going to do. I'm sure he talked about policy some. I didn't hear any of it. Again, I didn't get to catch all the debate. I just caught segments of it when I was in the car driving to my acting class. But based on what I caught, it doesn't surprise me that Bernie and Liz Warren led the pack when everyone else distant third and beyond. And it doesn't surprise me that out of the establishment candidates, of which I consider Liz Warren one too, by the way. When I said established, I wasn't not including her, but she did better than the rest of them. But it doesn't surprise me that after her would be Pete Buttigieg, based on some of the nice soundbiting moments that he had, which was mostly based on like him taking on Trump. So anyway, that's a poll from the Daily Kos. And so let's move on to the second debates. Oh, wait, I had this. Let's move on to the second debate. Then I have this other thing I wanted to share too. And by the way, we'll keep an eye on whether or not Tim Ryan blocks me. So let's go to this. This is from the Washington Post. What to watch for in the second Democratic debate, which of course that is tonight. This is from the Washington Post. Democracy dies in darkness. They're doing what they can to help. Second round of Democratic debates begins Tuesday. That was yesterday. All right, so let's get down to what's going on tonight because I wanted to highlight a few things. Okay, so this is where they're talking about tonight. All right. Does Kamala D. Harris build on her momentum? The senator from California, this is according to the article, was the breakout star of the first round of debates for attacking Biden for his position on busing. She's since risen in the polls. How does she continue her momentum? On Monday, which we talked about this, she released a healthcare plan that would allow private insurers to sell a Medicare plan to all Americans instead of getting rid of private insurance like some of her opponents want to do. All right. It is not a coincidence. Once again, it's not a coincidence that Kamala and Bernie were not on the same stage. Not a coincidence. She's going to drop this plan. She's going to call it Medicare for all. Literally openly trying to deceive the American people. Calling it Medicare for all when it's not Medicare for all. It's basically a more flowery public option. That's all it is. She'll allow people to buy Medicare. She'll even allow private insurers to sell Medicare plans. She'll allow employer-based insurance to continue. And what is that all going to do? That's going to make sure a universal single-payer system doesn't work. Because for that to work, you have to have everyone in it. So she's going to prevent a universal system. Is it going to be better than the Romney care we have now? Yeah, it'll be marginally better than that. Instead of maybe 30 million people left uninsured, maybe it'll bring that number down to 20. Maybe even 10. Hey, who knows? Maybe it'll get it down to 10 million. Maybe the amount of deaths of people each year will go down a little bit too. We'll have another incremental baby step that's not an actual solution. That's what we'll have with Kamala Harris's plan. Instead of going towards a Medicare for all single payer plan, which is what we need to do. That's what we need to do. And she's calling it Medicare for all. Why is she calling it Medicare for all? Because she knows how popular Medicare for all is. She knows that the people are ready. People are sick of the verbiage. They're sick of the rhetoric. That's why John Delaney is so hated. The only cheers John Delaney got was when people were roasting him. Elizabeth Warren served him up on a platter. Or rather, he was served to her. I think that's how you say it, right, Lucy? Like he was served to her on a... Yeah, you get the idea. So Kamala Harris, not a coincidence her and Bernie aren't on the stage. Joe Biden, gee, put her on the stage with Joe Biden again, because talking about punching bags, she used him as a punching bag the first time. And those were good sound bites. Again, speaking strictly from a rhetoric standpoint, those were good sound bites. We live in an age of sound bites. You got to get those sound bites. Kamala knows that. She does know how to get them. That's why, and I've said this before, and I know some folks disagreed with me. I said it on the Jimmy Dore show yesterday. Some people disagree with me. And again, it's too early to be completely definitive yet. Anyway, I'm just saying, based on the momentum so far, I think Kamala Harris is the anointed one by the establishment. I think she's going to be the nominee. And again, there's still a while. We still got a while. So that could very well change. That could very well change next week. But again, right now, if I had to pick who is the anointed one right now, I'm going with Kamala Harris. They're setting the stage for her. I think with Warren, there's totally still a chance. Absolutely. I'm not writing her off. Even Biden, not writing Biden off. Even Bull, she didn't do as bad, not writing him off. But I think right now, the big anointed one is Kamala Harris. She has this plan where she's openly trying to deceive the American people. You think she came up with that just with her campaign? No, there was some bigger establishment influence coming in on all this. So what I'm predicting tonight is that it's really going to focus around her. She is going to really be front and center. It's going to be her debate to lose, and they're just going to set her up to crush it. And if she does crush it, which again, and I'm speaking strictly from a talking standpoint, everything she says is going to be a lie. But if she does crush it, strictly from a debate standpoint, Joe Biden's going to be done. She's going to be the anointed one. And we'll see. And if that continues, she will be the nominee. All right, so what else do they say in this article? Does Biden get more feisty? At one point in the first debate, Biden seemed to run out of steam to defend himself against Harris. He ran out of steam more times than that. He ran out of steam at one point, that's my time. At one point, he's like, my time is up, which, by the way, most honest thing that dude ever said. In politics, Biden, your time's up. Yeah, please get that self-awareness and go away. Yeah, Biden's just tired. Biden is just, his slogan should just be, come on, man. That should just be his slogan. Oh, come on, man. Everything they call him out on, that's going to be his, oh, come on, man. Back in the day, nobody cared. We used to not have the internet. There wasn't all this footage of me that people could just get easily, where I talked about how I would whore myself out for money. That's pretty much what he said. I was getting ready to prostitute myself. That's a quote from him, by the way. He's not ready to handle all this. Biden is completely out of steam. He's got nothing except for the establishment support and a hell load of corporate money. By the way, some people were saying Pete Buttigieg was good at talking about money out of politics last night. Well, coming from him, that's a load of nonsense, because he's been courting Wall Street big time. Pete Buttigieg has been courting Wall Street a ton. So is Biden. Biden started his campaign with Comcast executives at a private dinner. Liz Warren backpedaled on her pledge to not take corporate money. So, Euromaestro says, Biden makes a good Republican. He sure does. He sure does. All right. So, let's see what else I have here, because there's something else. So that's what I'm predicting tonight. It's going to be very Kamala-centric. And who else is on the stage? Here, let's see if the article tells us. Let's go back to it for a second. I know it's Biden, Kamala. Everyone else is just sort of like meh. But, oh, wait, here. I think they have an image that might look. Okay, so here's who we got. We got Benet, Gillibrand, Castro, who seem to be pretty good on immigration, but I heard he's not really good on much else. Booker, oh boy. Again, does Booker know he's running for president? I think Booker occasionally gets a reminder every debate where somebody's like, hey, dude, you're running for president. And he's like, oh, snap, that's right. All right, we got to do debate prep for a day. And they're like, are you doing anything else for your campaign? He's like, nah, not really, but I'm here. I'm doing this. I mean, it's building my clout, right? Like it's enhancing. He's just here to enhance his political celebrity. I mean, unless he gets some huge momentum spike, and he still could. But based on right now, Booker is just there to enhance his political celebrity, which he does have a lot of. And that dude is just totally, I mean, yeah, he just wakes up every time there's a debate. And then he has a handful of talking points and he just repeats them. And that's what that dude brings to the table. But anyway, Booker, as of right now, did in fact remember he's running for president, will in fact be showing up, presumably. Joe Biden. Well, we all know what's going on with Joe Biden. Kamala Harris, that's going to be who this is centered around. Trust me. Andrew Yang, he wants to give you $1,000 a month. Tulsi Gabbard will have to fight for all the speaking time she gets. Then we got Inslee and de Blasio, which, by the way, even his own city does not want him to run. His own city told him not to run. He's doing it anyway, but his own city told him not to run for president. All right, so I think it's going to be pretty lame tonight, to tell you the truth. I think it's just going to be the Kamala Harris show. I really do. I think that's exactly what it's going to be. So we'll see. Let's see what I got here. Because a couple of these things.
I get it.
Oh, wait, no, that's from before. Sorry about that. Let's move on here. Here's something else I wanted to share. So they decided to ask Claire McCaskill what her thoughts were on things. All right, let's take a look at this. This is from Waleed Shaheed's Twitter. So let's take a look at this video first. Here, let me go ahead and back it up, and then we'll watch it.
Senator, a very direct question having to do with Youngstown, Ohio, having to do with a place I used to live, Joplin, Missouri. What happens when you walk into those communities and say, great news, you're all going to get green jobs. We'll need the keys to your F-150s because we're going all electric.
It would not be good.
Yeah.
And I think what Tim Ryan is trying to express is a bucket of cold water, which is reality about where America is. America is generally not as far along the left line as Bernie and Elizabeth. Free stuff from the government does not play well in the Midwest.
Senator.
Okay, so free stuff from the government, quote, does not play well in the Midwest. That's Claire McCaskill, which, by the way, a good person to take advice from, Claire McCaskill. Good person. Why are they having her on, by the way? Why are they having Claire McCaskill on? Why do they have Claire McCaskill on, Lucy? What is the purpose of that? Let's Google it. Let's just go ahead. Because all she's done as of recent, unless I'm missing something, is lose. That's all Claire McCaskill's done as of recent. Lose. She knows how to lose. Has she done anything recently? Let's see. You know what? When you Google Claire McCaskill, all you see, if you go to news, you just see her bashing Bernie, and then you see her footage from her losing. She lost. Oh, and by the way, here's a headline from the Kansas City Pitch. Claire McCaskill, centrist Democrat who lost the 2018 U.S. Senate race running as a centrist Democrat, says Dems should be more centrist. So that's what she's done. I mean, I even said, I was like, maybe she did something that I missed out on, because as far as I know, all she's done recently is lose. I'm going to go ahead and Google her. Nothing. All she's done is that, but MSNBC has her on for some reason. Wonder why that is. And here's her claim that free stuff, quote unquote, doesn't work in the Midwest. This is coming from someone who, by the way, lost in the Midwest. What did she do in the Midwest? She lost. Did she win? No, lost. All right. So Here's what Waleed Shahid says, which I think is right on. Here's some of his thoughts on this. I'll go ahead and I'll read it to you. Well, here, we'll full screen it. Free stuff from the government does not play well in the Midwest. That's a Claire McCaskill quote. Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar are also from the Midwest. Medicare and Social Security are both technically free stuff, and they play very well. Keep in mind the Midwest includes Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Ohio, all states that Hillary Clinton lost, all states that Donald Trump won because he promised people jobs and he promised people opportunities. Oh, and by the way, Michigan, who won that primary? Bernie Sanders did. Bernie Sanders won that one. So, you know, there's no compelling evidence that real populism doesn't work in the Midwest. There's actually evidence of the opposite. Bernie was connecting in the heartland. Bernie was getting standing ovations in places like West Virginia. Bernie goes on a Fox News town hall and everyone cheers for Medicare for all. Real populism can work in the heartland. What doesn't work in the heartland anymore is the democratic elitism, the limousine liberalism that got us into this mess, that led us into the mess we're in now. That's why so many people took a gamble on Trump. He ran on this right-wing populist idea, which is just a farce. It's just a lie. But he ran on it, and people took the gamble. People thought, gee, my life was bad during the Bush years. I thought Obama was going to bring in hope and change. He didn't. My life didn't get any better. They were inspired by Bernie Sanders. Then Bernie wasn't the nominee. Instead, they had Hillary Clinton, who promised people nothing. So they took the snake oil. When you got one candidate offering you snake oil, you got one candidate offering you no oil, except for the oil that you can get from fracking, you're going to take a chance on the snake oil salesman. So this whole, and Claire McCaskill says, keep going along that path. Let's keep going along that path so we can lose again in 2020. Keep going. You can't, Tim Ryan, it's a bucket of cold water. That's what people want from politicians. Hey, I'm a bucket of cold water, bringing you back down to reality. What's the reality? We can't have the type of healthcare other countries with less wealth than us take for granted. We can't have that here. That's the reality, according to these people in politics. What's the reality? We can't have education as a public good like other countries have. We can't have that here. Why can't we have that here? Our war budget and our donors wouldn't like it. That's why. You want to vote for this bucket of cold water? She literally just described it. Tim Ryan's bringing a bucket of cold water. Who wants to vote for a bucket of cold water? And what? You're a news network, by the way, MSNBC. You're a news network, and you're getting advice from someone who can't win. You're getting advice from Claire McCaskill. Her only accomplishment as of recent, losing. She lost as a centrist Dem. As the headline in the Kansas City Pitch said, lost as a centrist Dem, wants to encourage everyone to run as a centrist Dem. Why did they have Claire McCaskill on? What does she bring to the table? She bashes Bernie. And this is news. This is our media structure. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. All right, so let's have a little good news. Let's have a little good news. Then I'm going to go to you guys, see what you're saying. So Tim shares this. In a joyful act of resistance, pink seesaws installed at the border fence. 2 California professors built 3 pink seesaws on the U.S.-Mexico border to allow families to play together and to bring joy, excitement, and togetherness to both sides of the divide. As The Guardian reported, installed along the steel border fence on the outskirts of El Paso in Texas and Ciudad Juarez in Mexico, the seesaws are the invention of Ronald Real, a professor of architecture at the University of California, Berkeley, and Virginia Sanfratello, an associate professor of design at San Jose State University. Here it is. Here, we can watch here's a video of them putting it in. Pretty cool. This is over Mexico. Artists installed seesaws at the border so that kids in the U.S. and Mexico could play together. And there you have an image of that. It's actually a pretty powerful image when you really think about it. You know, we have those kind of images that sort of capture a rhetorical moment. And I think this is one of those images. You know, like Tiananmen Square and stuff like that. You have these images, or the images in Vietnam where students were putting flowers in the guns. This is one of those images for 2019. You see this emblem of division, this barrier along our border, and then you see children playing through the border. I mean, it kind of caught me at a loss for words, if I'm being totally honest, because that's kind of you know, as time goes on and as history is written, these images really tell our stories. And the optimist in me, which they're still, hey, I'm wearing a Hold Steady t-shirt. They say it best, you got to stay positive. The optimist in me really wants to believe that we're going to look back on this as a shameful time and as a time where we really took a turn for the better. And I hope that happens starting very soon. I think it's slowly starting to happen at the grassroots. It needs to happen at the mass level, and it needs to be reflected in our politics too. But that's a really powerful image. Children playing through the barrier, because our children, they're not tolerating this. The new generation, they're outspoken about climate. They're protesting in school for climate change. Did you do that when you were? I didn't do that when I was a kid. Are you kidding me? The only thing I was aware of as a kid was skateboarding and punk rock and girls. That was it. But I wasn't paying attention to politics until college. I know some people start earlier than others, but these kids, they're protesting all around the world. So I think that's a really powerful image. And that's a pretty, that's a nice bit of good news to have. I'll show it to you guys one more time. It's pretty cool. So there's one more story I wanted to cover today. This one's from Christina. And this is kind of interesting. I'm not sure exactly all the ins and outs of this, but this is from Mother Jones. So let's dive in. Parents are giving up custody of their kids to get need-based college financial aid. So this is something that's happening in the United States, the richest country in the world, by the way. Dozens of suburban Chicago families, perhaps many more, have been exploiting a legal loophole to win their children need-based college financial aid and scholarships they would not otherwise receive, court records and interview shows. Coming months after the national Varsity Blues, a movie that I can admit I enjoyed. It's one of my guilty pleasures, Varsity Blues. You know, I was in middle school when a lot of those movies were being made. So a lot of those teen movies that came out during that time in the late 90s, early 2000s, those are guilty pleasure, nostalgia type movies for someone like me. Varsity Blues, She's All That, 10 Things I Hate About You. Most of that derived from Shakespeare. But anyway, and Shakespeare stole his stuff from other people too. Not stole, but you know what I mean. I mean, what's that theory? There's really only like 10 stories. You know, like there's only 10 stories and we just tell a variation of all of them. Which one are we telling today? All right. Anyway. All right. College admission scandal. This tactic also. Okay. So parents are giving up. Here's what's happening. Parents are giving up legal custody of their children during their junior or senior year in high school to someone else, either a friend, an aunt, a cousin, or grandparent. The guardianship status then allows the students to declare themselves financially independent of their families so they can qualify for federal, state, and university aid, a ProPublica Illinois investigation found. So here's what Andy Borst, director of undergraduate admissions at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, says. It's a scam. Wealthy families are manipulating the financial aid process to be eligible for financial aid they would not be otherwise eligible for. They are taking away opportunities from families that really need it. So here's my thought on this. I completely agree that the aid should go to the families that need it most. Of course, I feel that way. I'm sure everybody does. It should go to those who need it most. But the bigger picture here is how desperately we need free college and universal tuition-free college. That's what this is really telling us. Because, look, you know, the way aid works, at a certain point, families don't qualify for it. And it's not like it's just the 1%. Is it the upper middle class? Yeah. And the middle class, which, by the way, the middle class is shrinking. We're getting to the point where we pretty much have two classes. And why do we just have the rich and the poor? That's pretty much all we have. That's where we're getting to. Why is that the case? Well, because people can't go to college without surrendering to crippling amounts of debt. That's why that's happening. So again, what these families are doing is wrong, of course. The aid should go to those who need it most, of course. But bigger picture, we should have free college. Because nobody should feel like they need to be in a situation where they have to do something like this. Nobody should feel like I have to give up guardianship of my child so that they can go to college without crippling amounts of debt straddling them when they get out. Nobody in the United States should feel like they should be in that situation, like they should make that call. And I'm not saying it's the right thing. Of course it's not. The families that do that to exploit a loophole, that's wrong. They shouldn't do that. They should report their income honestly. But it's really also showing how broken the system is, how broken it is, that we don't view education as a public good, that we don't have tuition-free college, that we don't have what other countries take for granted. They have affordable education in other countries, tuition-free or close to it. There's no reason why we can't do that here. Why? Because you know that big tax break that the Trump administration and the GOP gave the 1%? You know that big tax break? The amount of revenue they're not going to get from that tax break, which, by the way, taxes are already incredibly low for the richest among us. Now they're even lower. Corporate taxes already super low. Now they're even lower. That tax break, the revenue that's going to be lost for that would have paid for all student loan forgiveness. And Bernie Sanders has a plan out there to get rid of student loan debt and to make college tuition free. He knows how he's going to pay for it. And it's through a series of taxes on Wall Street, which are long overdue. So the money's there. The money's there. There's no reason why we can't have this. And Republicans, hey, they don't worry about the budget. They'll give a tax break. They'll not even worry about it. But we can forgive all student loan debt the same way that just that revenue could forgive all student loan debt. Boom, it's just gone. So there are many ways we could pay. Why do I say many ways? Because if you look into MMT, we could also just fund it right there. And boom, the money's spent. And it's spent for that. It's an investment in education as a public good. So let me see what you guys are saying. Giovanna, ciao. Come stai oggi? Neoliberalism is extreme right, not centrist. I agree. Absolutely. Ron, I had a lunchbox in elementary school in the 70s with the ecology flag on it 4 times and on the thermos once. Interesting. Cool. So I'm trying to think if I had any lunchboxes. I don't know how lunchboxes came up, but I don't know. I don't know if I ever had. I know I had a lunchbox, but I can't remember. I had a Ninja Turtles one. That's what I had. I had a Ninja Turtle one. I think that's it. I wasn't a big lunchbox guy, to tell you the truth. Sorry about that. What else you guys say? So, and I mostly brought my lunch. I mostly brought my lunch as a kid. So what are you guys looking for tonight during the debates? Are you going to watch it? Are you not going to watch it? Are you going to just, Are you gonna just chill? Are you gonna just party? Are you gonna? I think I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. You know, I like to engage in the sporting events. Oh, and Euromaster also asked, did you hear the explosive line by Bernie? I wrote the damn bill. That made an impact. Yes, I did hear that. I saw it later. I didn't hear it live. So I only got to listen to a portion of the debates while I was driving to acting class. For anyone tuning in late, I had acting class last night, so I missed most of the debate. But I was able to listen to some of it on XM while I was driving to class. So I didn't hear that. But I did see that later, and yeah, I liked it. Oh, by the way, here, let's check out real quick if you guys don't mind. Let's check out my my tweet to Tim Ryan. I tweeted that. I thought of it in real time. All right, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. It's got 77 likes so far. If you don't mind, Ron Placone on Twitter, why don't you give that a like? Again, that tweet that I came up with the help of all you. Tim Ryan should never have to pay for a gym membership ever again in his life because he's proven throughout these two debates that he is a human punching bag. And I got some responses. Here we go. Here, let's look at the responses. Here, hold on. Let me go ahead and share the screen with you guys again real quick here. How can I do that? So let's see here. Here we go. Here, we'll take a look real quick, then we'll move on. All right. So there it is. Tim Ryan. All right. So Jinxana says he's going to need Medicare after all these hits and burns. Lux Manifest. Good one. Kyle. Kyle Lawrence says, God bless Tim Ryan. This man has single-handedly done more for Bernie and Tulsi's campaign than anyone. Troy Stevens, if only all the neocons would walk into punches like this. All right. Gotcha, says Bernie. All right. Encore Bashkar. I've kept saying since last night he's a punching bag for progressives, LOL. First, he boasts Tulsi's name recognition by not knowing the difference between the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Then last night he gave Bernie a new slogan sticker to donate money for. I wrote the damn bill. That would be, you spelled dumbbell wrong. Was dumbbell in there? Oh, okay. I said punching bag. But okay. Takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Rattleshark says, 2 surefire ways to have your ass handed to you in a debate. Argue with Tulsi Gabbard on foreign policy. Argue with Bernie. I like this. Rattleshark, well done. Well done, Rattleshark. You're getting a like and a retweet. Boom. There you go. All right. Thank you all for that. Boom. Okay. All right. Let me see what you guys are saying, and then we are going to end the show here. Giovanna, thank you very much. Federal spending is not funded by federal taxes. Thank you for the super chat contribution. Bad Mama Jamma, here's $5 from the MMT crowd. Appreciate the shout out. MMT Awakening is the key to radical economic change. Much love, Ron. See you in Madison. I will see you in Madison too, Bad Mama Jamma, and I am stoked for it, which, hey, what a wonderful transition. Tour dates. I got them. September, we're going to the upper Midwest. I always say Northern Plains. Somebody on the Jimmy Tour show yesterday was like, Ron, no one says that. Everyone says upper Midwest, which they're right. So the reason I say Northern Plains is that I used to do a lot of colleges a couple years ago, back when none of you knew who I was. That's the truth. But I used to do a lot of colleges. That was pretty much how I made my living. I performed at colleges. And the way colleges work is there's an association called NACA, the National Association for Campus Activities, and you apply to different regional showcases that they have. And what it is it's a big 3-day event where you showcase and then you hang out at a booth and you get to meet students and talent buyers at college campuses. And if they like you and they enjoyed your showcase, they might book you to perform there. And that's how you kind of get work. So, I used to do these showcases and I would apply to every region. The region that consisted of Minneapolis and the Dakotas and stuff like that, they would refer to that as the Northern Plains region. So I've gotten used to saying Northern Plains. I'm pretty sure nobody says that except for people involved with NACA. I'm pretty sure that's the only place that phrase is used, but I got into the habit, trying to get into the better habit of saying upper Midwest. So in that spirit, Upper Midwest. We're coming in September. September 4th, Omaha, Nebraska. September 5th, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. September 6th, Madison, Wisconsin. Bad Mama Jamma. I'll see you there. September 7th, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Can't wait to see you, Minneapolis. Going to walk across that Grain Belt Bridge with you. And September 8th, Iowa City, Iowa. It'll be my first time performing in Iowa City. Stoked for that. Tickets are available now at romplacone.com. November, Australia. We're coming. You guys have been emailing me about it. We already have the ticket links for Adelaide, and we already have the ticket links for Perth. I will be posting everything on romplacone.com very shortly as soon as we have everything locked in. We are going to have Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, and Adelaide. Ticket links should be available very, very soon. I will update everyone as soon as they are available. Romplacone.com for all those tickets. It'll be there first. If you want to support this show on the sustainability end, please do consider becoming a patron. Patreon.com/romplacone for a give what you can level. You help me expand this show. I want to do more interviews. I want to do more streams. I want to cover more stuff. And I need your help to do that. Patreon.com/romplacone if you are so able. You get all kinds of exclusive content. You get dialogues between me and Lucy. You get behind the scenes footage of Get Your News On with Ron. You get full stand-up shows not available to the public. And that's all for a give what you can level. So patreon.com/romplacone if you are so able. Even $1 a month goes a long, long way. And everybody gets all the same stuff. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being amazing EPs once again. Thank you, Giovanna. Grazie mille, Giovanna, per how would you say super chat in Italian? I'm not sure how that would translate exactly. But anyway, grazie mille, Giovanna, per I soldi. Molto grazie. And Bad Mama Jamma, thank you as well. Thank you very much for your super chat contributions. This has been Get Your News On with Ron. We'll be back tomorrow. Enjoy the debates tonight. I might be doing something after the debate. I might be doing a stream after the debate. I might be doing something with the Convo Couch. Not exactly sure yet, but follow me on Twitter at Ron Placone. I'll be live tweeting it. And if I'm doing more stuff, I'll be letting everyone know. So I might see you later tonight. If not, I will definitely see you tomorrow. Same time, same channel, 1 p.m. Eastern time, 10 a.m. Pacific time, right here. This has been Get Your News On with Ron, the world's first viewer-decided streaming news show. You know the drill. Lucy says meow. She's right here, by the way. You can't. Lucy, do you want to perk up a little bit? There we go. All right. Lucy says meow. I say peace. Peace.